Now, okay, that should be live. Let me double check.
Always good to check.
Yeah.
Also that you're not live on Twitch.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, I need to make sure we're not live on Twitch.
I'm already checking that we're not live on Twitch.
Okay, good.
Red.
Yeah, we should be good. Yeah, I did it all right. Thank God. All right, we are a go for Return of the Arclord session 4.5, another side episode.
Woohoo!
Yippee!
This time featuring Oracle as well as Melody and Crow.
Hi guys.
We have some interesting things these guys want to work out, so we're going to be doing that today. And
Very
also
excited. Thank you for running.
Oh, no problem. And also note that Oracle now has some new art.
Yeah, thank you, Fern.
Yeah.
Fern VA.
Fern VA, Big Fern.
Big Fern Prod on VGen. Go
Hell yes.
commission him right now, you nerds. If you're watching.
But yeah, we are going to do. It's going to be a lot of roleplay. Obviously, there's not going to be any combat. We're not doing combat. a lot of
say.
As of now.
Imagine if we did combat in one of these sections.
I don't know. I missed last session. You might do that just because I did.
I don't think you guys would forgive me if I did.
You just come back and
we probably
punch Daphne
would.
square in the face.
Yeah.
I mean, what was it I was saying earlier about, hitting that guy because of the bug on his shoulder? I mean, come on. Used to this.
Yeah.
All right.
Aprose is the bug on his shoulder. Don't do that.
No.
Spoilers, buddy!
I mean, I've said as much before.
That's true. I couldn't remember how much detail I
Session 1, chitinous feather.
You did say that. You did say that.
Being a mutant is fun.
Right. Okay. So the first pressing thing we're going to cover is during the last session, episode 4. Most of the group went off to search for a woman that was suspected to have survived the attack that was on this little camp on the side of the road, on the Road of Blood. Little camp that was attacked by Colo bandits that are pretty infamous in the Wasteland. And so they went after this woman named Yuta and rescued her. But that was most of the party. One of the party stayed behind, mostly because of, she wasn't here during the session, so I didn't want to have her going into a fight. And also it gave us a good reason for her to stay behind so the others can go off and do their thing. But Daphne was left behind with Anarian and Isaac who was very clearly hurt and winded, needing to recover. And if you would, you guys specifically wanted to cover what? And why what was the big interesting thing you guys wanted to cover during this section?
How is it that Isaac recovered as quickly as he did?
Okay.
Daphne's a little bit injured. She's gonna need a little bit of patching up, but buddy, what's your secret? And maybe some discussion of my character's having culture shock right now.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. This is very different than what she's used to. And honestly, I think she wants to try to talk to him about... She knows that he is interested in talking and seeing what he can get, as far as support for the Wasteland, but is he certain that, what is the plan? What is strategy? What is he going to do if it doesn't look like it's going to work? All the things that she thinks about when it comes to a successful negotiation.
All right. That'll be all things that we may end up discussing. You may get the answers to. And we'll start there. We have some other things to cover, but that's we'll get to that. Let's see.
I love Melody with her journal up there taking notes.
But we will start where we left Daphne in the last episode, where the rest of the party decided to go on to search for Yuta, and Daphne was left there with Anarian and Isaac. So Daphne, you are actually, I could probably pull this map up. Hopefully, it's still. Yeah.
Game paused.
Yeah, I know. I'm deleting the other characters. They're not on the board right now.
It's just us and a bunch of dead bodies.
Yep. And
Get
I will pull
deleted,
this
nerds.
on the-
I am one of the nerds getting deleted, I can say that.
All right. Isaac has seated himself back on the cart. Anarian himself helps him up to sit down. And you can see that Isaac is kind of like clutching at his, like around his chest, like around his heart. So yeah, there you go. Daphne, the others have just left, and you're now left here to look after Isaac. I'm actually going to change the music a little bit.
Okay.
This one.
And Arian, did we bring any first aid supplies? Isaac, I'd very much like to take a look at your wound, if you don't mind. It's not a wound, but you know what I mean. She'll kind of go to his other side.
Anarian starts to speak, but Isaac holds out his hand. That will not be necessary.
She gives him a bit of a skeptical look, just like momentarily. If ever there was a time to not hide behind one's pride and admit that perhaps some assistance was needed, I think this would be it. And that's coming from me. And she kind of glances at Anarian.
He straightens his back and says, "This is not a matter of pride, Miss Daphne. If anything, as an expert myself in the manners of positive energy and healing, I can tell you that it is not an issue. Merely an old wound."
I'm afraid that you've lost me. Positive energy and... Are you trying to tell me that you're using your own energy to heal your body as you speak?
Nothing of the sort, Miss Daphne. Surely someone as educated as you ought to know that positive energy is the essence of life. And being a priest, formerly of Pharasma, I am very well intimate with life and death.
Never quite heard it put that way before. Again, I don't spend much time around the church. Can I inquire as to where this injury is from?
You may not.
She'll just kind of look at him for a moment. Kind of looking him up and down. Debating if she should push.
He holds out a hand. He feels the sort of apprehension and goes, "I apologize. It is not out of rudeness, but out of privacy. It is something I do not wish to speak of."
Ah. No. I can certainly respect that. Is it going to be a problem going forward? Something that we should at least be aware of? Other than me, I don't believe the others are aware that the potential issue.
I have lived with it for a very long time. Much longer than I live without it. I will manage.
And she kind of finally lets it go. She nods to him, glancing over at Anarian, sort of silently asking for his take on this. Because, you know, as usual.
Anarian kind of quietly shakes his head and goes, Mr. Isaac, then please, would you like it if I offered you a drink then? We have some of this in our supplies. Perhaps you'd like something to calm your nerves. And Isaac kind of like sits there for a second and goes, yes, I think that would be fine. Very well.
As they're doing this, Daphne will reach into one of the bags behind them and pull out a couple of bandages and start dressing the scrapes that are currently on her side from the last attack.
Yeah, as you start doing this, Isaac silently kind of like holds out his hand towards you. Says, here, I will help you.
She pauses for a second, looking at his hand before taking it. As long as you can spare it. It said sort of cheekily.
He doesn't think much of it, and he takes some of the bandages, and you see he produces a small, bag that he has slung around his shoulder beneath his robes. You can see inside there are little bits of forceps and tools and things like that, and bandages as well in there. This is a healer's toolkit he has on him. And he is going to roll a medicine check.
Yay.
That is a critical success.
Heck yeah.
So you'll roll 4d8. Yeah, you watch as Isaac, with very experienced, adept hands, begins to apply a sterilized bandage to your cuts and wounds. And he kind of, as he's doing this, kind of starts talking to very quietly under his breath. I usually spend most of my time saying rites for the dead, rather than trying to help the living. It is very kind of the young doctor who came to our camp. His help has been invaluable.
I can only imagine the trials and tribulations that you and your fellows have had to go through living out here. It's different than much of what I've had to experience up till now.
Yes, I imagine it is very different from wherever you hail from. Life is not easy here.
I think that's a bit of an understatement. It's some sort of amazing, the amount that everyone's been able to thrive, given, no, I suppose that would be relative. She's very obviously kind of struggling for words to try to, she's having problems getting out what she's trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
it's coming out much more awkwardly because she's not entirely sure what she should be saying. And finally, she stops, quote unquote, trying and turns to look at Isaac. She's been wearing a very sort of professional mask up through this point, and for a moment, it drops. This may be completely impertinent. But why?
Let me ask you a question, Daphne. If you were given a choice to either struggle or die, which would you choose?
Well, I'm not just going to lay down and die.
And he just slowly nods his head. And there you have your answer.
What are you actually hoping to get out of this negotiation? It's become very clear, seeing what little I have so far, exactly how much you and your people are struggling. Even with massive amounts of support, there's only so much that could be done. I suppose my question is, what exactly are you hoping to get from it? Any one angle could improve life out here for your people. But I'd like a little idea of what more specifically you're aiming for before we go into the negotiations.
He kind of stops mid-dressing as you're asking this. And he looks at you. Miss Daphne, I'm afraid that I cannot say. If you want a direct answer, then you will have to seek out Elemian himself.
Surely you have to know at least some of his thought.
What I can tell you, Daphne, even though it may not seem like it, there is something coming. A great change is about to meet this world. We are simply trying to be ready for it.
A great change. Has Lemian seen this?
Lemian has seen many things, and his instincts are sharp.
And she just kind of shakes her head. Because she has definitely heard this sort of thing before. The issue of going into something like this with this broad view. A better life for your people. The ability to build up your cities, defensive positioning and support. These are things that can be negotiated for. Going into something like this without some sort of plan, coming in and saying there is a change, we are trying to drive it without details. Would he be willing to discuss this at length, or is he going to keep it to himself?
Isaac continues to dress your wounds, and he simply says, I do not know. But, Miss Daphne, Elemian, I have no reason to doubt him. I myself have seen what everyone else in this group has seen. The many men rely upon him. The many men rely upon me. And I trust him. This is not some cult of personality or some kind of diplomatic discussion. This is a struggle to survive. If I may ask, why is it you care so deeply? And if I may be so brash to say, it is very clear that you are not here for us.
Is it that obvious? Not that I believe I fit in at all. And she kind of pushes some of her hair back behind her ears, taking a minute to, and kind of realizing just how dry it's gotten. I wouldn't say that I don't have my own reasons for being here. That'd be a lie if I said that. But this is what I do. I come in, I negotiate, I come help with I come find an outcome that will work for both parties. Hopefully better for my side than for theirs. While I'm here, I have stated that I will assist in your case. And as I have put my name and my skills to this, I am determined to see that the outcome that all of you wish and that you want is presented in the best possible light. There are tricks to this game. There is a game to be played. It's not always the cleanest game, despite what one might think by seeing what goes on in those gilded houses. But the basis of it is, what is it that you need? I can't effectively do my job if I don't know. I hope that answers your question. And she knows very well that she did not give him any answers to his questions.
So he simply states, so it is more so about your ego. Is that what I am to gather?
You can gather whatever you wish. That doesn't mean that it's accurate. My ego, my determination. Does it really matter if you're in this for survival?
He laughs, he chuckles here, and this is not something he does commonly. And he just says, well, Miss Daphne, there are many things you may think and see and know about the many men, but it does not mean that it is accurate. And then,
fair enough.
About this time, Anarian comes by with several carafes of water and a small bottle of wine. And he approaches and gives you guys some drinks, some refreshments. And Isaac says, thank you, Anarian. You are most kind to look after me. But I assure both of you I will be all right. I have not survived this long in the desert to just die here.
I would go so far to say that if you did, I would be extremely disappointed. And she just kind of smirks, and after the wine is poured, holds up the cup.
Well,
to survival and good outcomes.
I would hate to disappoint. And he takes a glass of water and sips on it.
To survival and good outcomes.
You offering a toast?
Yes, she is offering a toast. She is so far out of her element. So
Yeah,
good.
He's already taken a sip of his water, but he just kind of looks at you and just goes, "Very well." Taps his little wooden cup to yours.
Did Anarian join them? Because if not, she's going to invite him to do so.
He has not, but with one single glance, he takes the hint, and he starts to pour himself something to drink as well.
We should probably send some sort of a missive back when the runner comes. Let them know what's happened.
Isaac goes, "Yes. Now that I've had a bit of a breather, let's try and prepare the riding lizards. We'll take the coach back."
Finish drinking, then we can get started.
And you guys sit around as you guys finish your drinks. And Isaac stands and gives a very sharp whistle. And the riding lizards, who were off, wandering, doing whatever the riding lizards do, not important, doing riding lizard things, they come back. And Anarian gets to work retying them to the carriage.
With any luck, when they get back, there will be no more loud noises.
Yeah, Isaac is just entered the stage of silently nodding. He doesn't have much else to add. He's not one for small talk.
No. The funny thing is, neither is Daphne, really. Except when she absolutely has to be.
Or if she's nervous.
Shut up. She's not used to the mask being down. Leave me alone. Yeah, I think that's actually a really good place to leave it. I like this dynamic that they're sort of starting to get. It's kind of interesting.
People don't call Daphne on her shit a lot, do they?
No, they don't.
Uh-huh.
Rich
Like,
woman
I
gets told, "Man, you're full of shit."
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Do you really care if it gets you what you want?"
And he's like, yes, actually.
Actually, I do.
Very. God.
So good.
I also have to remember she's known you guys for like a week.
Not
Less.
even. It's like
Not
a day and
even.
a half, boo. Like,
24
God, is that
hours
I got there
total.
yesterday.
Yeah,
I will say
you
one of-
met Ina and Adros and Isaac the other day.
The other day.
Yeah.
One of the harder things I have of problems keeping track of is how much time has actually passed in a tabletop game. We used to do one of these games where I was actually keeping track of how many days it had been, because that's very easy to lose track of. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you got her mask down on day 1.5.
Isaac's very good at taking masks down.
He is.
So I'm just
Come on,
saying,
he's got to
like,
keep his mask up somehow.
Exactly.
Mhm.
I hope he's ready, because at this point I'm pretty sure Daphne's gonna wind up sending sarcastic comments towards him for the rest of the journey.
Oh no.
No.
That's not gonna go well for her. Like, I'm not even worried about Isaac. I'm worried about her at that point.
Yeah, I would be too.
Yeah.
Like, I never know what my character's gonna do until like a minute and a half before it happens, if even.
That's a lot
Now
of
the real
lead time,
question is:
maybe.
it like catty mean girl style or like rich aristocrat style?
Amused, Richard. Amused. What am I doing here? Fish out of water, aristocrat.
Okay.
Fear prodding.
Fear. Yay!
All right.
Thank you, Scrub.
That was great.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Ah!
All right. So the next part of business. By now, I believe you guys have the rest of the party has returned from their escapade, returning Utah from a band of unusually deadly scorpions.
That was totally your plan, Scrub, was to put us in mortal danger with a couple of bugs.
I listened to that VOD, and the entire time guys, what the heck happened?
The dice were on our side until they weren't,
Yeah.
were. Like, it just happened.
The
But
dice
that's the
gods
best
giveth,
part.
and the dice gods
Sometimes
taketh
the
away.
razor's edge of life and death is about 4 scorpions.
Yep.
Truly, like, that's the best part. The best part about Pathfinder combat to me is that it can get deadly quick, and it
Yeah.
can be any enemy. Like, there's nobody that you
So
should walk
good.
into lightly.
And actually, it was
Yeah.
kind of perfect for the setting too.
Yeah, no, I thought it
Yeah.
was great, honestly.
Yeah, it was rad.
Mhm.
All right. Next point of business. Ooh, which one do you want to do first, Mel?
Do you want, like, chronological order? Probably makes sense, I think.
Mm.
Okay, so I know which one that one is, but why don't you tell everyone else so, like, in case someone else doesn't know.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Well, okay. It's a question for Oracle. Oracle, do you want to just skip the text RP?
And do it like here?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So
I can
excuse
curse
us
here,
for 1
right?
quick second. Yes.
Yeah,
I
I'm
believe
assuming
This
I don't
ain't
own
a
this,
damn
but-
kid show.
I mean, number
Yeah, if you're 18 and younger, or if you're 17 and younger watching this, get the fuck out.
I mean, number
Go back
one,
to-
it will be.
I don't know.
Go watch Miss Rachel.
There
It'll
we
be
go.
faster. What?
I don't know, dude. I got questions. It's fine.
Later. It'll be faster. It'll be fun. We do better when we're playing off one another anyway.
It's true.
Hey.
Real interesting. Okay.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Ooh. I don't know. I just
Okay.
work here.
So we started a text RP chat, our lovely nebulous chat at this time. We started.
We
a
got
text
3
RP.
responses through.
Yeah, it was just talking about basically Ina trying to get information out of Daphne as soon as they got back, because Daphne was sitting with an Aryan. She asked how she's doing, and then Ina kind of roughly explained what happened in session 4.
Hmm.
So that's where we have left that off.
Okay, yeah, we can do that real quick.
Okay, should be fairly quick.
All right. Why don't you guys take the lead on this?
Following you.
Yeah. So Ina will, after kind of grilling Adros for the, I forget exactly what it was in session 4. That's right. She was like, "Hey, I'm sorry about scaring the crap out of Jezebel." He mentions that she might like some nuts. She's gonna remember that. And they kind of bid each other farewell, and then he just sits back down on the cart, which we're going to address in a minute. But then Ina walks away, and I think that she would go toward Daphne at that point and just walk over, and while everything's going on with this is before she has a chance to talk to Isaac in session 4, so it's while Isaac is doing the funerary rites for Gunther and comforting Yuta. So she just goes over to Daphne and just says, "So how are you doing?"
Oh, you know. I've had worse. I've had better, and I will probably probably have both again at some point.
I mean, let's
You-
hope not, but sure.
Look where we are.
I can still say, let's hope not. She kind of looks around. She like follows this, like, that doesn't fucking matter. That kind of expression on her face. Yeah. So she sits down next to you, Daphne. Where are you sitting? Where would you be sitting after? The group
Honestly,
kinda
we're
comes back?
probably just hanging out at the cart.
Okay. So yeah, she would sit down next to you and kind of she sits down naturally on her right hip and then like ugh, and then shifts to her left.
Doesn't sound like you're doing much better than I am. Well, maybe a little bit worse.
Well, I guess I should tell you what happened. We fought some scorpions. We found Yuta. She points over to Yuta. She had been poisoned by some cave scorpions. And we ran into the same scorpions. I didn't get touched, but the rest of the crew had some difficulties. And as usual, the worst of what I got was self-inflicted. I'll be fine.
2 questions. 1, how is everyone else?
Oh, so we're just doing the first one. All right.
She just gives you a look like, idiot? And then drops the look, realizing that's not the right question to ask, and just lets you do what you need to do.
She just looks right back at you. And Ina's definitely got that uncomfortable stare. Like, doesn't really look away, doesn't really blink much. She is looking at you if she's engaged with you. So she just kind of stares back at you, Daphne, and, well, I mean, you've seen Adros, and Laverna had a moment where we weren't sure how she was doing. She got back up, but it was a little scary for a minute. And I mean, you can say Vader's all cut to hell.
Yes, but he has his eye back.
I wish everybody would stop being so worried about his damn eye, including him.
I have a feeling that if he wasn't so worried about his own eye, nobody else would have been, but because he made such a large deal about it, we can't help but notice.
Right?
And looks at you and chuckles. Wait, who said right? Sorry, no. Where did that come from?
That's me.
From Scrub. The voice of God going, Jesus Christ!
Dude,
Thank you!
listen, ever since from that fucking session, like, everywhere I saw Streaky, there was always some comment about him losing his fucking eyeball, like, no matter what.
Every time!
For a month,
That is
man. For a month.
Streaky, if you're listening to this, I am not sorry!
Shame,
Freaky,
brother.
if you're listening to this, I love you. That's the funniest
Love you,
shit
man.
ever.
Freaking love ya!
I was like, hold on, what character? No, and Scrub's like, that wasn't a fucking character, okay?
That was the character of Scrubosaurus, Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
Exactly. Twitch.tv/ScrubVA, folks.
Go check him
Subscribe
out.
for more crash outs.
Exactly. Truly, you will get them.
Yeah.
Daphne just kind of like the corner of her mouth just kind of upticks slightly
Uh-huh.
before going back down to normal. Well, second question.
All right.
Do I want to know what you did to your hip and how you self-inflicted it?
Probably not.
Tell me anyway.
Ina just smiles at you. I jumped off a mountain. Sometimes gravity's the fastest way to travel.
And she just shakes her head. She's known you 24 hours. And somehow she's not surprised.
She doesn't even know about the poison.
No, she doesn't. But she's not surprised because of the shooting incident. This seems like something you would do.
Listen, impulsivity is a valued trait in Alkenstar. For the most part.
For the most part. Words to warm someone's heart.
Mm.
But everyone else is relatively in one piece.
They are. We missed you out there, though. I'm glad you stayed, so you could heal up a little bit. But next time, looking forward to having you on the field with us.
Well, it'll be nice to be out there, though I have to admit, rather interesting seeing Isaac and being in healer mode.
Yeah, he seems better. And there's definitely an implied question there.
Daphne just kind of nods with a like a shrug of one shoulder. Well, I suppose. He's a healer. He knows how to handle himself.
If he'd been cut or shot or stabbed, I'd be less concerned. But he wasn't. And she kind of lowers her voice and scoots a little closer to you, and she says, "Do you know what happened with his heart?"
No specifics. I know that it's an old injury and one that he is not letting stop him from what he has to do. He would not let myself or an Aryan take a look at it, and he did not wish to discuss it. It was a very,
Understood.
very determined shutdown when we inquired.
I see. There's disappointment on her face. Not like disappointment as in like, if you couldn't get the answer, I probably wouldn't either. Not like upset about it or anything, just kind of sad and concerned. She takes out her clan pistol, which is still a bit covered in scorpion goo. And she starts wiping it off with a little bandana.
I wouldn't be too worried. One thing I have confirmed. He's not going to let a small thing like a heart condition stop him. Which means he will not be brought down by something as minimal as that.
I wish I found that more encouraging, but I appreciate it anyway.
Oh, you should find it more encouraging. He appears to be a man above will among everything else, above all else.
So that's a fancy schmancy rich way of saying he's stubborn, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
I appreciate
like
your
my way
honesty.
Well, I like my way of saying it better, but if you're going to be so very on the nose about it...
Ain't no better place to be than on the nose.
There are many better places to be than on someone's nose.
Debatable.
Get back to cleaning your gun, miss.
Excuse me. She'll like push you. Like she's like, it's a very like you don't order her around.
She pushes you back, and then realizes that you have the gun in your hand still, and does not want to repeat of the previous incident, and then doesn't so much back off as she just keeps sitting.
It just sits in surrender.
It's not so much sits in surrender as sits in where the hell is Jezebel and is this gonna happen again?
Yeah, that's fair. You'd probably get a punch that's a little harder than you'd like, but certainly not anything that would do damage.
Oh, she's not going to even say anything about it. She knows she deserves it.
You're a bit of a little shit, aren't you?
She doesn't respond, but the side of her mouth does quirk up.
I think we'll get along just fine. I think that's a nice place to cut away.
Yeah.
If you do.
I'll say at this point, like, a Narian shows up and goes, Lady Daphne, would you like to see the sleeping arrangements for tonight? And he
Yes,
kinda, like,
please.
whisks you away as he comes by. He was always standing nearby, and it's almost as if it's almost as if by like provocation of Ina punching her, he like steps out.
She definitely like, oh shit.
There's a reason that Daphne was just like, everything's fine.
Ina did not, unless you want me to roll for it, but I don't think Ina noticed Narian at all.
I'm gonna say you definitely didn't, but Daphne probably did.
No.
Daphne knows at most times Narian is at most within sight range.
Yeah.
Number
but
one,
Ina has no reason to do that.
Whether it's because he knows she's going to get into trouble or something else, Daphne doesn't want to think about it.
This is his job.
Yeah,
literally his job.
This is literally his job.
It is his job. So yeah, he's nearby. But yeah, that happens, and then we assume that you have your talk with Isaac up on the hill.
Yep.
You foist your partially cleaned clan pistol on him and leave him there in silence. And then he has a talk with Laverna, and then you guys wanted to have another little session here. Is this the one with Adros now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, good. Sorry. Go ahead, Crow.
Oh no, sorry. I was making sure my microphone was functioning.
Ah.
It was being a little finicky.
Yes. So Ina and Adros have the conversation that ends with something that I'm having a hard time remembering.
If I remember correctly, Adros lying through his fucking teeth.
Yeah, and then I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell for shit. I was like, oh
Adros,
yeah,
somehow an okay liar.
not to Laverna, but certainly to Ina.
Well, you know, there's a difference.
There's a very big difference between the two. Very different people. And Ina's like, yeah, you know, there's some weird traditions out there. You're right. That's exactly what it was. There's some weird traditions out there, and
Yeah.
man, I'd love to know more. And I think it said something like, you should tell me about your home country at some point. So that's where we ended that. You're right.
We are in his home country right now.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess home city would be more accurate. I think she said something like where you came from or something like that. Yeah.
Your home, I believe, is what you said.
Yeah.
But it's just, you know, we're next.
I think Ina would start to walk away, clock over her shoulder a bit that Adros is just sitting on the cart, and she
Looking
truly
like
looks
shit.
like he cannot fucking move. Like, how do you picture Adros looking, Crow? Like, what's going on with him from the
first
outside?
he got the shit beat out of him.
Yeah.
Best way to describe it.
Like, I know he's at 1 HP, but what does that look like on the outside?
Breathing heavily. I will say some definite obvious cuts and bruises through, like, little bits. Obviously, you know, I will say, you know, probably while other people were talking and he was left alone, he has probably taken some of his thread from his medical kit and sewn up some of his clothing. You know, making sure, you know, it's no good to have a torn uniform.
It's so funny that he tends to his uniform before he tends to himself, but that's so fucking Ekanusi.
Yeah, and well, the best way to describe it is the uniform's fucking stained. Well, the shirt was already red, so in some parts it's still the same color. The cloak
Amazing.
is, well, it's a travel cloak. It's designed for this.
Yeah. I think Ina clocks that and is like, okay, he said he needs privacy, and he's not about to build himself a tent anytime soon. And if he tries, he's gonna hurt himself. So Ina goes off, kind of walking around the camp, tries to find like as many blankets as she can carry, and some nuts for Jezebel. She remembers Jezebel's nuts, because she scared the shit out of Jezebel earlier, and would like to make that up to her. And assuming that's allowed to scrub, then she would come back with that stuff in hand.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Okay. So yeah, Adros, probably about 30 minutes later-ish, you see Ina coming back. Or at least you see the bottom half of Ina and like just a pile of blankets coming back. And she'll kind of call out from behind it. Adros?
Yes,
there?
Miss Shadow Surge. Is there something you require? As you like get up from the cart, like you very heavily relying on the cane right now.
She just kind of turns and looks at you. Yeah, I require you to sit your ass back down. She'll turn and just say, stay right there for a minute. And she'll go about for like 15 minutes, basically making Adros a giant pillow fort or blanket fort. She'll set up like a cot in the wagon that they've been carrying all their supplies in, and just make space for him to have some privacy.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you want like a crafting check to see how good it is, but the idea is just to give him a space.
Yeah, you know, why don't we go to the board and we'll have you do a crafting check just to see
Just
the
for
quality
fun.
of it.
Let's see how good the pillow fort is.
Yeah, let's see.
My question is, are you using part of the cart to help bolster it up like you would chairs? Or
Oh,
are
yeah.
you being...
No, like there's the covered wagon part. It's really just closing off the entrance and closing off the like both sides of it, where like the
Aw.
driver would sit, because again he needs privacy, and this is a camp that is in motion right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
People aren't setting up any extra tents. There are no extra like little rooms for him to go to, and he's just gonna sit there feeling like shit all night. No, that's shitty, especially for somebody that brought her ass out of being unconscious. So she has at least that like reciprocative, hey, I can help you with this nature.
All right.
So crafting check, cool. Roll. Part of me wants to re-roll that with a hero point.
No hero points in the side episode. I'm afraid.
I was actually about to ask if we got those.
Probably not. It's okay. It's
And
okay.
this isn't like life or death important. This is just flavor.
No. It's just you an asshole. It's fine.
Yeah, you managed to like you kind of like cover up like the large like back entrance of like the wagon and the like the sort of like where like the driver would sit. You kind of cover that up as well. You realize like while you were like trying to grab like a bunch of blankets, you've kind of forgot to grab anything to like hold the blankets up with or to like fasten them to anything.
No.
So you just end up using more blankets to tie big knots around the blankets. And it's
she would use her hair tie at some point. Like her hair tie definitely comes out.
Yeah, it's like a much more in-depth affair than you initially realized, and so it gets to be like much more of an issue.
I have
and
some
then
studying if you
and
need it
Atros
to
is like
listen.
you're watching and you're just like not letting him get up or help at all. So it's just like it takes a little longer than you thought, but and once you finally are done, you sit down. You're kind of like sweating. You're out of breath.
Fuck.
It sounds like how I put my studio together.
Yeah, actually, same. Without the convenience of like stage clips or anything. Yeah, so she kind of like plops down really hard next to you, Adria's like, all right, it's ready.
May I ask what that was for?
Ew.
Like
She'll-
the best
she'll
sheer
kinda, like,
confusion.
Wipe her sweat off and say, come on. She'll try to like help you up. If you'll let her.
I can walk on my own.
You can walk
I
just
may have a
fine.
bum leg. I am not crippled.
Then get your ass into the cart.
He will do so. Probably triple it'll get back up.
She'll offer an arm for him to grab onto. Like, she won't touch him, but she will offer an arm for him to grab onto if he wants to.
He probably does.
Yeah. Which is great because the first interaction they had, one of them was him being like, would you like some help? And her being like, I don't want it, but I have to take it.
Yeah, it works.
So she helps him into the cart, and he'll see like the cot with some extra blankets on it and like a space that's been cleared off of the supplies for him to be able to sit. And she'll just kind of point and she'll just say, privacy.
Oh.
And then she'll step out of the cart, and she'll also, these are for Jezebel. Little bag of nuts.
Thank you. As I will say, the thing that grabs it isn't Adros's hand, but just a spectral hand is the best way to describe it, but it doesn't look exactly human. So just
Ooh.
plucks it and casting telekinetic hand, because he does not feel like getting back up to go grab them.
Best use of telekinetic hand.
Yeah,
Lazy.
Perfect.
This is how you be a spellcaster. Spells are supposed to help you be a lazy fuck. Like that's literally how it's
Exactly.
supposed to be.
Honestly, it is
How do
the
you think
closest.
Adros is going to clean his clothes? He's using prestidigitation.
It is
Yeah.
the closest I have seen to George Carlin's what's it called? The flamethrower skit.
Yeah. Like this is off topic, but yesterday I was helping Mel with a D&D thing, and I had to make a character, and I made Scrub Modius, who is just like
so good.
an old wizard,
So good.
just an old wizard who has like he's like level 10 wizard, and
Oh.
half of his spells are because he's lazy and he's old, and the other half are like then like a good chunk of the other half is like spells that he needs to like keep an eye on his ex-wives because he's been on his side.
So scry, doesn't he? He totally has
Oh my
scry.
god!
Yeah, he does.
What a
He
love him.
he has scrying. He has sending for the ones that he cares about and wants to check up on. And other things like that.
How many
Oh
of the
my God,
divorces were
child
like
support here.
How many of the divorces were kind divorces? You know, where it wasn't hateful at the end.
You just don't worry about it.
So many. He is the Larry King of the D&D universe.
No, he took the whole like 70 virgins thing as a challenge. Of course.
Why go to heaven when I can have it right here?
Hey!
Oh
You know
my
what?
god.
You're living it up, man.
Yeah. But yeah, you summon this like black shadowy hand to grab the bag of nuts. And I'll say you probably got these nuts from like either like you probably got them from Briar. Like probably you probably got them from Briar because Briar
Probably.
has probably it's like the
So
only
the Briar's
news.
nuts.
Yeah, there's Briar's nuts.
She won't tell him
right
that part.
there!
She will not tell him that part.
I mean, hey, that would only make Adros more interested. You saw him earlier.
Actually, yeah. All right, she would tell him that. She would just say, "You can thank Briar, our Goran friend, for these."
Oh, I will.
By the way, that hand you couldn't when I was trying to, when I stacked.
I
three
was
crates,
asking, and you were kind of ignoring me.
You know what? That's fair. Like I think she had like because she's 5'2", she stacked a bunch of crates to be able to get to the top of the wagon.
Yeah, right. For those of you who are not aware, we have actually canonized the heights of characters.
Yes,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
God.
Ina is tiny.
Yep. By comparison, she's not. So
I mean, 5'2" is small in real life too.
That's true. That's true. She little. I swear to God, I'm still
Fun
gonna get Vita
size.
for Little Bush. Anyway, yeah. Ina steps out of the cart, closes the curtain, and just sits on the back of the wagon. And she just says, "I'm gonna stick around until you fall asleep.
Oh,
If you want me to
Thank you.
plug my ears, just say the word."
oh no, it's fine. You might just hear the squelching of meat. As Adros is gonna start treating himself now that he has some fucking privacy. Yeah, move on to
Pull
skills.
this up.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull up the cannon heights on the window. Here you go. You guys can see.
Oh
it.
yes, please do.
Yeah,
I-
yeah.
Yep.
Love that.
You got Ina at 5'2", Daphne at 5'4". I don't remember anyone else's.
Laverna is
Uh,
5'8".
Adros is 5'9".
Vidar, Vidar
Vidar
is
6'2"?
6'2".
Mm-hmm.
He's exactly a foot taller than Ina.
Yes.
She's gonna shove that foot right up his ass.
Streaky, this is your warning. Run.
Run, Streaky.
You know he's
Oh,
gonna
God.
listen to this and look at us funny the next time we get.
I hope he does. I hope I get messages in the middle of the fucking night. I hope. God damn it, Nell.
No pancakes for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Adros, you now have a actually kind of like a very kindly built little private area for you to like treat yourself now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna, because I would have to target, so I would need a token and all that jazz. Can I just roll the d8s? Because I already have assurance.
Yeah, like it like even if you fail the first time, it'll just be like you're just gonna try again
Keep
later. So it doesn't
going.
matter.
I mean, I have assurance.
Yeah.
That's the thing I
Yeah, you'll be
can't.
fine, exactly.
I only succeed.
Yeah,
Too
so go
big
ahead-
to fail
go
over
ahead and
here.
roll. Go ahead and roll.
Yeah, just 2d8. Boom.
Nice.
All right.
Hey.
Actually,
90.
since Ina went out of her way to do like this kindness to you, I'm going to consider it a critical success. So roll 2 more d8.
Nice.
Yay!
Yippee! The power of friendship.
Yay!
Where's-
Heck yeah.
Insert Adros's room sign here.
Aw. It's just really like weirdly scrawled on the parchment.
Yeah, it's
Whoever's
because-
blanket
it's-
got
it's
written on is gonna have a problem.
because
Yeah.
Jezebel made it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Adros has been teaching her how to write.
Right!
Oh no.
That's just the letter for A.
Oh my god.
Now that one is for B.
E.
That one's for C.
C.
Oh, it's so
C.
cute.
E.
And then, there we go. D.
Shiny.
We're doing very well. Just the best.
At some point, Ina's definitely gonna teach Jezebel D's nuts joke. It's not gonna be right now, but it's happening.
That'll
I'm
be-
waiting for the fake gun noises.
I'm gonna step away real quick. You guys can
Okay.
keep yapping, but I'm gonna grab some food because it's for anyone watching this, we're recording at fucking dinner time. So
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
it's
some
late.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Ina's sitting outside. You so casually say you might hear the squelching of meat, and she just like furrows her brows and like tilts her head. All right, like you get that
Yeah.
like.
I will say, as Adris is working, Ina, may I ask why you... Okay, which you pretenders.
What did he say? Fuck, I
Pain
wish I wa-
relievers, opium. Poppy seeds.
Are you asking for drugs?
No, I'm asking why I should not have stitched when I was in the middle of saying word.
No, it doesn't sound safe.
Oh no, it's perfectly safe. All my tools are, all my tools have been completely cleaned. Believe me, I would not dare treat someone with dirty tools. It would be a complete insult.
Good. I'm glad you include yourself in that because that's important.
Well, I wouldn't not clean them. They would just be unsanitary.
Fair.
As you hear a faint snip with a scissor.
Mhm.
Well, that'll have to do for now. Slight shuffling. Much more with the cloak over top of him now. It's almost
Mhm.
completely covering. You'll see him sort of toss the jacket down into the sand after coming out and cast Prestidigitation to clean it.
I think if Ina sees the cloak come flying out of the covered wagon, she would like pick it up as you cast the spell.
Yeah. Oh,
So-
my apologies.
It's all right. I mean, you're trying to work with what you got. I understand.
You
Yeah.
very faintly just pick him through the cloak, just the gloved hand with a little snap.
She's very, very clearly averting her eyes. Like I think Adros would. He probably knows, but this would only
Yeah.
reinforce it that she takes
Yeah.
this very seriously. The fact that he's
Yeah.
asked for privacy.
Thank you, Miss Shadow. Oh, don't worry, I wear an undershirt over the jacket. I am not some pervert.
Never thought you were a pervert. I'm just
Well,
trying to
thank you.
respect your wishes.
My thanks. You truly did not have to do this. It must have. Thank you.
It's
It's,
only fair.
Hey, I don't see how you went out of your way.
So did you. I assume. I was knocked on my ass for about 3 days and you picked me up, so finally get a
mean-
chance to pay you back for that.
I mean, Isaac is the one who found you. I just gave you the treatment any doctor should.
And now
You'll see.
you respond out of duty a lot. Did you know that?
I suppose I do. Just the truth. I have a duty as a healer. It's same as you have a duty as a warrior, or Vidar as a agent of his people, or Laverne as a cleric. We each have responsibilities we must partake.
Well, that's the thing about a skill. You can choose to use it or choose not to use it. It's just interesting. This isn't. I ain't trying to judge it. It's more just trying to understand because the word choice is interesting.
Why? I can help people, so I should. The simple aspect of it. There are people who need healing. I can provide.
Is there any sort of parsing for you about people who deserve it versus people who don't?
Well, if they're already dead, I suppose I can't heal them. That would really be it.
I don't mean capability. I'm more talking about the quality of the person. You don't seem to discriminate, or which is not a bad thing, mind you. It's more just sometimes people have the ability to do something and they choose not to.
It seems purely foolish not to. There's already enough shit going wrong every day in this world. Why not be a little bit going right?
It's a very positive attitude. Can I ask you something, Madros?
Oh, of course, ask away. You've at least earned that favor.
Thanks. Have you ever run into, I guess as a doctor or personally, where if somebody cares less for their own life than you do?
With that, Adris will sort of pause as he was probably shuffling under his cloak to put on his jacket.
I'm assuming that Ina can't
Yeah.
see Adros right now.
Yeah.
That they're just having this conversation, like with
Yeah.
the canvas of the wagon between them.
Far more often than I would like. May I ask what brought about this question?
She kind of, you hear her sigh, like that little smirk. And she's, you can't see it, but she's sort of fiddling with her hands. You just hear quiet for a second, and then I think she would say, somebody I care about. They very casually said something about not being worried about death. And I don't know what to do with that. Because I'm worried about them dying. And I'm kind of pissed off that they're not.
As I suppose like Adris now cleaned and he can't really treat his own wounds for a little while now. He'll much more comfortably get out than he got in. And sit down. Well, Ina, it depends. Are they unafraid of death because they are at peace, or is it a complete absent-mindedness or suicidal ideation? I cannot give advice in this situation as a doctor without knowing which, I must confess.
No,
I've met all three and more.
That's fair. It sounded more like I was chastising this person for maybe not protecting themselves the way that they could. And it almost seemed like they didn't want to protect themselves, you know? Like that, like it
Yes.
was an invitation.
Well, how close are you with this person?
Honestly, don't know.
Well then, I suppose if you are worried for their safety, then you could, depending on the time scale is the issue, you could, of course, showcase to them that even if they don't care very much for their own livelihood, their own safety, that others do. That, at the very least, they are cared for. Even if they do not care for themselves.
Isn't telling themselves to protect themselves the same thing?
Not really. Think of it this way. It can come off as an insult.
An insult? She kind of furrows her brow. How?
Imagine you are out of bullets. And I pass you, I don't know, a sword or something, saying, oh, you must protect yourself. It might come off as you are a burden if you aren't. That to be in need of that protection is to be weak, in a way.
She kind of
That's-
widens her eyes a little bit.
I don't. Perhaps their lack of. From how you described it, sounds like they do not wish to partake in violence to protect themselves. It might be a form of pacifism. It might be a 101 things. I do not know.
Above the table, feel free to make me roll for this, but can Ina tell if if Adros knows exactly what she's talking about and just isn't saying
Adros
it?
is kind of has an idea, but he's not betting on it yet. He doesn't know enough about Miss Shadow Surge as he could be like, okay, well, she could be talking about the cleric who is actively dying whenever he casts the spell, or he could also be talking about a friend she has from Alkenstar, which he doesn't really know why she left yet, but
he's
who
not
knows?
about to assume.
There's
Yeah,
a couple
that's
people
He
fair.
has
that this
some
could be-
ideas.
Yeah.
And she's
He's not a
framing it
people
intentionally
person.
vaguely, but I'm curious if, like, yeah, okay.
I mean, Adros might have eyes. I'm not sure.
I mean, he has something under those glasses.
We don't know what though.
We're gonna find out anyway.
Yeah.
Gonna be
I mean, probably by
terrifying.
now, because it's nighttime, the glasses have come off because he only needs them during the day.
Yeah. Sorry, forgive me. I got a little distracted by my brain going, wait, does he know?
mean,
What was the last thing that Adros said?
Could be some form of pacifism, or
Mm.
could be some form of pacifism, or just a abhorrence of violence. You can't know, or at least I don't know. You could ask
Mm.
why they seem so laissez-faire about their own body and safety.
Maybe I will. I was pretty harsh with them. Can't
It
tell I'm a
happens to
little.
the best of us.
Well, I'm certainly not that, but
Oh, I
No.
disagree.
if you knew more about me, you might not. But
I know enough.
she kind of like tilts her head and side eyes you a little bit. Not in a mean
Yeah,
way or anything.
But
just
in a
that,
way, I'm like,
okay.
are you positive?
You just can't get past this guy without him saying nice things.
Yeah.
Aww.
And she's like, it's really fucking annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is not a guy you
But-
can put yourself down in front of.
No,
Yeah,
no,
he does
he's
like it.
very, very anti-self-dub.
We need that in this group.
Yeah.
We
This group of
desperately
sad
do.
bozos.
We're all
You need at
sad
least one
bozos.
happy. You need at least one happy-ish bozo.
It is
What's the?
it is a pretty interesting like I'm trying to think of just like interaction of like that. Adros is literally someone who has like he doesn't know a chunk of his past. Like he just kind of woke up one day and he was just there.
Yeah.
And so I imagine to him,
Oh,
yeah,
sure.
having it like what happened in the past, like if you like what does it matter? Even if because you might not even have one. Like who
Mhm.
cares? You are who you are now.
Mm-hmm.
People judge purely on the past. He couldn't be judged at all.
Exactly.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
So it's interesting to see that of all the people here, Adros, who has suffered like a great amount of change over his life, a lot of stress,
Yeah.
and living in Ekonus and having
Yeah.
strange origins, he is
Yeah.
very strangely very accepting and outwardly kind.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of my favorite dynamics. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And you play it beautifully, Crow. Truly.
You really do.
Thank you. It came out completely accidentally because like, wait a second, this group is pretty dire.
Don't you love it when your characters just kind of surprise you like this?
Yep. Just
Yeah.
accidentally happy.
Yeah.
It's great. But I think Ina gives Adros a long look.
If you wish, I could explain.
She looks scared. there's a look of fear that comes across her face. But she just gives you a very small nod.
Well, let's go down the list. At first, when you were awoken within the camp, You immediately offered your service as a, well, you said as some form of repayment, despite being told that there was none necessary. That was a kindness, was it not? The many men are not warriors, at least not many of them, despite the name.
That's just keeping things balanced.
Yes, you protected people. And then, let's take a look at, well, today. You fought with us, that is, let's say that's just complete neutrality. You fought because it was a job. You are being paid to do so. But with the scorpions, you could have easily stayed on that mountainside, popping off shots. You risked life and limb leaping in a, I would say, somewhat dangerous way. Remind me to check on that. He'll gesture at the hip area.
She just kind of wiggles a little bit.
Yeah.
You
And
see her get
you-
like her whole body language is slowly turning inward as you're
Yeah.
as you're doing this. This is
You
about the roughest thing that Ina's undergone so far.
you risked life and limb, throwing yourself into a abnormally dangerous situation, throwing yourself in front of a far too fucking large scorpion. And then you as some form of sniper, long-ranged specialist, I must assume, due to your rifle. I have to assume that's equivalent to long range of Alkenstar, correct?
It is, yeah.
So, you threw yourself into a dangerous situation for you, for no other reason than to protect 3 people you have known for... if we go for the longest me, what, a week? Week and a half?
She just nods.
So, tell me, a woman who, while injured, still tries to protect others, throwing herself off of a cliff to save basically strangers, would you not describe that as someone kind?
Maybe.
One more nail in the coffin for you, Adros.
Mhm. I love coffins.
I also love that you're like, get her.
Simply the conversation you just had.
Yeah.
This person that she doesn't know very well, but she still cares about enough to ask about it.
Yeah. And final, and hopefully you agree, this person, I do not know. You've known them for how long? Can I give a guess? Maybe a month, max? Higher, lower?
Lower. Real quiet.
2 weeks?
Lower.
Well then. So there's a slight glint in his eye.
She's like, in her head, you bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you've known this person for, let's say, a week and a half. And you have noticed that they seem uncaring about themselves. And your immediate reaction, while maybe forceful, was to protect them, to offer them, I presume, a weapon of some sort. Probably is he'll sort of lean his head, checking does she
Notice that one of the pistols is gone.
Yeah,
You're putting the pieces together, correct?
Yeah, pretty quick. You offered them, I'm going to go out on a limb, him, a very powerful weapon.
Eyes to the floor.
Yeah. A weapon that, from my knowledge, and do tell me if I'm wrong, doesn't require years of training to be at least efficient enough to use for self-defense.
She just nods.
A weapon that is loud, so that you may know when there is danger. And remind me, was it the dueling pistol or the clan pistol?
The clan pistol, which I'm curious if Adros
Yeah.
would know the.
Can I make a
significance of.
society check for that?
I'm very curious how much he knows about this.
Mr. DM, can I make a society check to figure out, hey, that clan pistol, he knows it's fancy, but does he know
Yeah.
what it actually means?
And out of curiosity, above the table, Crow, do you know what it means? Like, have I told you?
I think I know what it means in the sense that it's a proof of adulthood for the something dwarves.
There's more to it, but
Yeah.
let's see how you roll. Yeah.
May I, Mr. DM?
Assuming you
Sorry,
roll.
I stepped away. Real quick.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, I just got back too.
Well, Mr. DM, may
Yes.
I roll a society check to figure out, hey, that clan pistol, Adros knows it's a fancy pistol, it's obviously a very fine make, but does he know what it means?
You are trained in society, correct?
Yes, I am.
Then yes, go ahead.
I'm just making sure. Yep. Normal roll. Dirty 20.
Hell yeah. I see Mel like, I'm excited at the same time. This is so soon.
This is no, this is perfect because this information was planned to come out just very differently. Like,
The dice giveth and the dice taketh away.
I know, I love this. I'm so excited about this.
I imagine you probably don't have a very intimate knowledge of Dongenhold and Alkenstar in general, but in your classes,
Probably not.
you have definitely learned of like neighboring countries, neighboring forces that could pose a threat, military might. Like you've definitely
Also,
seen
Alkenstar
charts.
is an ally of Eos, so probably would have been taught a bit more.
Yeah, but you'll note that like there is like lessons that you guys go through, sessions you run through,
Yeah.
where it's like it's very clearly like information about Alkenstar in case
Of
you
violence.
have to fight them, because the sort of current situation with Alkenstar is tenuous, and no one knows exactly how it's going to side if there were to be a conflict to happen. It's technically owned. It's a duchy for Nex, but it's far enough out and it's in the mana way, so it's hard for them to enforce it. So
Pretty much in name only.
yeah, it's up in the air. So, but you do probably know things about that, and you know things about the Dongenhold, and especially about the gun works there. Probably about like important things to know if you were to assault it or have to attack it or things like that, about the weaponry. And you will probably know that like there are pistols that some of the dwarves carry that are of finer make. And I think for you, what the information would have been, it would have been like, these pistols are of very important cultural importance for the Dongenhold dwarves, and then if you were to defeat a combatant that's carrying one of these, to confiscate it and turn it into like your superior officer because it's made of like precious metals.
Okay. Well, you have before mentioned you are of partial dwarven blood, correct?
That's right.
I can assume Dongenhold.
That's right.
And you gave him your, I don't know the name, ornate weapon. From what I have heard, those are quite important.
Yeah, the clan pistols, they're something most families have their children start to make when they're adolescents, right before adulthood. So you finish it partially as a passage into adulthood. So that one I've been working on since I was 14. I forged the alloys that it's made of myself. I carved everything on there myself. I mixed the microvials that make up the side. It's very important to me.
And how old are you now, Inky?
27.
So, you found someone who is at least partially a non-combatant, or at least laissez-faire with their life, told them to protect themselves, and cared enough to offer proof of yourself, really, a weapon that is a representation of, if I'm not overstepping, 13 years or more of who you are, of who Ina Shadowsurge is. That would be like me giving up my spell book. It is at some point it stops being a tool and starts being just part of you. So tell me, would a woman willing to sacrifice life and limb, protect others on a whim, and give away something that dear just to make sure someone else is safe? How could that not be one of the best of us? A kind warrior. A protector. In what world?
She legitimately doesn't know what to say. And there are tears. There are tears happening. After probably a solid 2 minutes or so of
I will say, after minute 1, Adris probably takes out a cloth or something. It's like, oh fuck, did I do something wrong?
I love it because she did the exact same thing to Vita unintentionally.
Oh my gosh.
She'll do the she'll pull out her own bandana and just thank the tearful thank you. I'm all right. She'll kind of blow her nose, and it's just the knot hair.
Sure. I could literally just hear Jezebel going, sure.
Oh, it'd be so bad.
That's fucked up.
If she does, she'll just say, "Eat your nuts."
Yeah. I would say that bag's probably gone.
Oh yeah.
It's scraps of fabric.
100%. I think eventually, when Ina can speak again, she would just say, "You picked up a lot in a short amount of time."
Yeah, you have to be at least somewhat perceptive. It's part of the job.
Somewhat's an understatement.
They'll just shrug.
Can I tell you a secret?
If you wish.
My name's not Ina.
All right.
I have reasons for wanting to keep that under wraps, but thank you for saying all that. And if it's just the two of us, you can call me Anne. That's my name.
Giving a quick look around, with his eyes, it just will look for any possibly listening ears, since I presume Jezebel's either asleep or still very occupied. Nuts.
Nuts!
She's full of nuts, and she's going.
The nut nap. Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Itis
when you
is thick with this one.
when you say it's like when you say a swear in front of a child, they're gonna repeat it infinitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, Anne, thank you for trusting with this secret. I do have a question.
By all
When
means.
we are alone, do you prefer it, or do you prefer Ina? Fully your choice, what I call you.
Can I think about it?
As long as you...
Are you a hugger?
I know you said
You'll see, I just sort of
I know you said hugger, but I thought you said hooker.
Well, I never participated in the arts of being a gigolo.
Wow, this just took a turn.
Oh fuck. Oh.
You might be just killing Mel over there. She's so far gone, she lost her headphones.
She lost her headset. I was unprepared.
Fuck, I don't think any of us were.
No, none of us
so
were
good.
prepared for that.
That's so good. Yeah, she said hugger.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said.
GG.
My bad.
That was excellent. Oh my god.
So I just skip.
Yeah, take a second.
How do we get back on track after that?
Serious business.
Yeah.
Serious.
Would you like one?
God, she's never asked for one of these in her life, but she will say yes. She's
Then Adris will sort of
really
like,
quiet. Yes, please.
Adris will put it like open his arm.
She just leans in.
Adris is not a good hugger. It's like it seems visibly like this man has not hugged someone before in his life.
She doesn't hug or be hugged. This is the best hug she's ever had in her life. This is like probably the last time she had a hug was probably like years ago from a parent. Like
Yeah.
that's it. Like she's not usually that person.
They're sad.
But she's also a pain in the ass.
I mean, okay, fair.
I think after she would just quietly say, "Thank you, Adros."
You need not thank me. I would like
What?
to assume we're at least somewhat close to friends.
I think so. Only about 2 people outside of my hometown know my real name, so I think that counts.
It's one the other you gave the as you gestures the missing pistol.
That'd be the one. And she would just kind of look at you and catch the, what is it, tapetum lucidum?
Tapetum lucidum, which is the
Lucidum.
glowing of the eye, and then pupilla duplex of the fractured pupil on the left.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, so what does that look
Yeah.
like?
Best way to describe it is it looks like it's kind of just not really there sometimes. It flickers in and out since
Ooh.
weird monster.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Shifts, moves, almost like oil on water.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I think when she does eventually lean back, she makes eye contact with Adros, and she would say, "Can I ask you a personal question?"
Let's go away.
There's no good way to ask this, so please bear with me, but you don't have to tell me, but what are you?
What a question.
Scrub's response is perfect.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. Because I've Crow and I talked about this ahead of time.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think, would just go into it and just say, again, you don't have to tell me, but your blood's not red. Your eyes.
Mostly. It depends on the part you cut.
Really?
Believe me, I've tested.
I mean, I can't judge you for that. I test poison on myself, but we've both agreed that wasn't good.
It was a medical research. Believe me, I did it safely.
She'll kind of grin at you and nod, because to her, the whole poison thing is research.
Yeah, exactly.
So, it's
Obviously.
fine. These are two academics.
Yeah,
Both
exactly.
idiots. Both of you are idiots.
Yes.
Yes. We said that in fucking unison. Oh, Christ.
She just nods along knowingly, like very like, yes, research.
You know of what a man's storm does. Do you?
I do. Got a little too close to it for comfort, honestly. That's why I was passed out.
Sometimes people aren't as lucky as they would hope to be. Sometimes they are a foolish child. And sometimes they get caught in a storm.
You know that, well, I don't know the circumstances, but I can't imagine a circumstance that would make getting caught in a monostorm somebody's fault.
Believe me, it was. People have done smarter things and suffered much more. I was lucky enough to only have, as you tap the bum leg. That and, well, visual mutation. Others are, well, you've met them. Some are lucky and are like me. Some are unlucky and die in wretched agony. And some are unluckier still and must live with it.
She would hesitantly sort of reach out for your like shoulder, like that sort of just reassuring touch.
It doesn't
But-
feel flesh.
She doesn't flinch.
Yeah, just,
She doesn't
given that
flinch.
little bit of context.
Given the
Since they're-
context, yeah. She doesn't flinch. She's also like, whatever's there. The point of me right now is I want to make him feel better.
I've lived with it for all of my adult life. I'm mostly used to it. Sadly, some of it is apparent, even it must be, as you'll sort of circle around that. Well, referencing that art earlier, that purple iridescent, never really exactly stable eye.
Mm-hmm.
The heterochromia I had since I was born. Just a random dice roll.
Hmm.
Like our friend Wilburn. Ugh. And believe me, you would not wish to see any more than you have. It is not a pretty sight.
Was that your cat? Sorry.
No.
I heard somebody's cat.
Sure about that?
Jezebel meowing.
It might have been your.
Jezebel turns over in the cart.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
very
More than
distracted.
Yeah, you just hear Jezebel in her sleep go, "Pray."
Oh, baby.
Oh, Jezebel, baby.
Just she like turns her head toward Jezebel and like covers her mouth and chuckles a little bit. And she just says, I can't imagine what that was like. It probably hurt like hell.
My nerves were fried after the first 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Or, I don't know. It took to combat found me. Still just sort of shake his head a little.
I don't mean to make you talk about it when it's probably not the best memory, but
More shameful than anything. Don't worry.
I hope you know that it only makes me think more highly of you than anything.
Adros sort of pauses at that. Thank you, Bella.
She just gives a reassuring, hopefully, nod.
Yeah.
And she'll pull her hand back and say, "For whatever it's worth, I think your eyes look really cool."
Oh, they were a right pain, believe me. You think I wear these fashionable glasses by choice?
Well, they look good, but I've seen you squint in the morning. It's probably a bit difficult in the light, isn't it?
Ugh, believe me, it's beneficial for well, as you'll sort of gesture out to the night of I can see to the horizon, but it is not exactly nice during the day.
I bet
Don't
not.
what I wouldn't have given for natural dark vision instead of made.
She just kind of laughs because she does have that.
Yeah.
one of the better half dwarf things I got.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
Humans definitely don't have it, but my mom can't see for shit in the dark. But my dad sure can.
Well, must save on candles.
You would
Believe me,
think.
I do.
You would think, but he's a romantic. That's the problem. Goes through wax like nobody's business.
Oof.
And I think Ina would sit with Adros until he's ready to kind of turn in for the night. Like, I don't have any other super specifics. Like, part of me wants to ask about Econus and like, but I don't know.
And
What do you think? Okay, yeah, I think she will.
They're allowed to.
Okay.
No one would stop you.
Fair.
There's nobody to stop you.
Yeah,
that's
true.
not true. Scrub is driving this particular train, okay?
I meant in character. It's just the two of you standing right there.
Yeah, the two people sitting on a cart while a
Yeah, seriously.
chimera snores.
Well, let's not forget who's holding the camera right now. But
Yeah. God.
That's not what I meant, I promise.
The Lord himself. Our patron
Hallelujah.
deity Squubbo.
In the distance, somebody screams, "Have you seen my blanket?"
Shh, don't say nothing.
yeah, if you want to keep going, you may. But if you want to save some of it for another time, then you may as well.
I'd like to ask about Econus because that's definitely the whole duty thing is still like on her mind. So she'll just ask. So how does Econus have a lot of fleshwort people there?
More than most settlements, but still, I could count them. There is a expectation that mistakes happen in the desert. Most are not as lucky as I was. Some are like me, working. Usually they are much worse off. The fact I, as I said, only got this as he'll tap his leg again it's a miracle, really. So, most do not stay as a ward. They become a civilian, or they go into assistant roles. But no, there's not exactly many. Hell, I might be the foremost expert of Econus, and that is not a good sign.
I mean, it ain't the worst either. You once told me that you were saved, and so you must save, and that's why you became a medic. What do you mean by that? Were you talking about this, or were you talking about something else?
This gesture to his whole him.
To all of him.
Yeah. This well, I was saved. It was not what I was referring to. You obviously don't know much of Econus, and it's no crime.
I don't know anything, really.
So I presume they do not much speak of Yavazria in Alkenstar.
Speak of what now?
The offer. So I used our hometown.
No, I never heard of it. I mean, To be fair, I wasn't the most studious kid, so maybe they taught it and I just didn't pay attention. I'm sorry.
It's no crime. If I remember correctly, it originally was hidden. A bit hard to hide it now. The sort of mean giggle lets itself out of his throat.
She just smiles.
I need you to imagine for me a place without the sun. There is no scent apart from bile and blood. There is the permanent snapping of bone. People are screaming, either begging to be saved or begging for death.
Hmm.
You are fumbling through the darkness like a blind child. And there are things inside there. Things that are hungry or things that are just wrathful. You hear the scream of a dog, then of a lizard, then of a man, and then something you cannot describe. And now I need you to imagine for me someone willing to charge into that because they heard a child cry. I believe I told you before of the scouts. Heroes in my mind.
I remember that, yeah.
The first of them had nothing but plain clothes and leathers. Hell, some of them were just random civilians.
Her eyes widen.
And they charged into a place worse than hell. And one of those people, they found a crying boy who did not know his own name. And they dragged him kicking and screaming from a place where no good thing dares to tread. That is why. Because people like that exist. And so I must try my best to do as they did. To save as they did.
How old were you?
I have no idea. I think around maybe 5, 6. It's hard to know. That's what one of the doctors told me, at least. Nothing. Before that, I presume I most likely just burned it all out, trying to rip that memory from my head.
Makes sense. So you don't know your blood parents or anything?
Don't really need to.
Corner of her mouth pulls in.
I have, 100 shape fathers, 200 shape mothers, 1,000 shape siblings. I have a large family.
Military's like family to you?
Of course it is. I was raised there. Everyone I know was efficient, effective.
Wait.
The one who dragged me crying from the storm. He was one of my siblings. Conrad, a dromar.
Huh. That's... You were a child in the military?
Yes.
So just like rewind that for a second. Like, Conrad, lovely. Wait, hold on. You were a kid in the military?
They did not send me into active duty until I was 15.
the look on
God.
Aina's face is just one of confusion and slight horror. Shockingly more so than the story of the awful and how incredibly hellish that sounds. How? So hold on. In Eganus, I once called you a boot because in Alkenstar, there's our military is well, their military is comprised of people mostly who sign up for it. Most of the citizenry doesn't serve in the military. It's something you can do as a job, but it's certainly not by any means like the main thing. If they put you into active duty at 15, were there just no other options for you? Or was it something you wanted to do?
No, every able body, it's part of the shaping. They must go out, and it's part of the training of being a loyal child of Economists. Helps bring the body to fitness, trains the mind for combat. It's effective.
Huh. And
I'm so
everybody,
confused when you called me a boot. Is that what it means?
a little bit. It's a term of endearment for the most part. Somebody who's gone through training, but it's like calling somebody kiddo. You know, it's
Oh, fresh meat.
exactly. That's well. Oh my God, fresh meat. You just said in the offals. Okay. She's a lot of the meat references are going to get real interesting now that she knows this.
You don't even know about the flesh forges yet.
I know. I was like, this is going to get even better. Yeah, fresh meat. All right. I did not know that about Eganus. So the military is not like everybody serves.
Well,
Everybody goes through the shaping.
most people go through the shape ends. Well, it depends. Some focus on more supportive careers, farming, tailoring, doctoring, as he pointed himself.
Mm.
But most people do go through at least the basics, the rooftop run, combat training, things like that.
I thought that your unit was like, I didn't realize that everybody did that rooftop run. That explains the man yelling in the morning. There probably a lot more.
He was lying. It was 4 a.m. That's a good time to wake up.
I guess there's a lot of feet on your roof. I suppose so.
You should have been used to it.
Ina does snort a little bit at that.
Yeah. Not even a joke. Adrian's just like, yeah, that guy's weird.
Yeah. That's fascinating. So everybody's serving. Does anybody have like their own businesses? Like are there painters and things that aren't like necessarily what's the word I'm looking for? Tangibly useful. That ain't it, but so, like
Essential.
thank you. Thank you, God.
Thank you.
You know, suddenly very spiritual.
Hey, shit happens.
Shit happens. So I guess you could call them essential. Is there anything that people do that
I'm
is?
sure people do it on the side. People love the arts.
They do.
I would have to assume there's time off, of course. It's not. You're acting terrified.
I'm a bit concerned. Sure, I guess I ain't hiding it very well. To be fair, I can't hide much from you. It seems.
I mean, I had no idea Ina wasn't your real name.
Well, that's good at least. She's like, at least I'm doing that much right.
Yeah.
I think she just says, Eganus, I had no idea it was so...
Organized, right?
Sure. You definitely, it's not judgmental, but it is a little bit. It's very much like, I don't understand this, and it sounds terrifying. You know,
I mean,
like
there's sport, there is the contests, there's everything. It's not some backwater military base. There's of course lives outside of it. Just people have a role to do, a duty.
That explains why you're so duty focused. Like the light clicks there. The light definitely clicks for her there. All right. Thank you for sharing. First of all, that's a lot.
I love speaking of my home. It's a lovely place. You would have to get over the stench, but still tap his mask. It's full of flower petals.
What made you pick lavender?
It's a nice smell.
And
I hear it is a slightly antiseptic.
Of course, it's practical. She just grins.
I will say, I have grown to quite love the scent of acacia. Should see if they sell any in quantity.
Out of curiosity, I mean, we're far enough away from Ekanus that I can't smell anything. Why keep the mask on?
Like I said, not a beautiful mug. I was I told you I was lucky, just not in the visual department. Most, at least, stay mammalian, if they break from human.
The thought process goes through her mind of most stay mammalian, so he's not mammalian. Feeling the chitin, having like she's thinking.
Yeah.
She's processing.
I mean, Ida was probably at least partially a detective.
She was.
Makes sense.
She was. Yeah, you see that process happening. And I think she feels she's probably pushed him enough on it. Like there's a lot there to dig into, I think, at another time. But like for it just having been, she's aware that this is a huge thing for him to be open with her about. And while she's a cold bitch, she's not that cold. So I think she's gonna show a rare moment of sensitivity and just kind of nod along. But I think Adros would see her putting the detective thoughts together a little bit.
Yeah.
Because her first question was, "What are you?" So she's like adding all the pieces up.
It's the reason I didn't wish for Laverna to see it. It can cause undue reactions.
Can I roll for this? That you mentioned Laverna, Adros mentions Laverna, and I wonder if Ina puts together immediately that the tradition is bullshit.
Oh! I think that at least deserves a circumstance bonus.
Yeah, I have a circumstance in my head.
Uh-oh.
Like a bonus you get in your head.
I'm worried as to what it might be.
We'll say this is just a perception check. This is now that you've like been a little more acquainted and you are now thinking back on the motives on Adros, and I'll drag this back over to the game table.
Okay.
All right.
Perception and just +1 circumstance. I don't have to add
Don't
that
add
if you don't want.
anything. I'm gonna
Okay.
do it in my head.
Got it. Okay.
It's not exactly a bonus per se, but you'll see. It's a critical success.
It's an 18 on the die, so 20. Okay.
I decided in my head, whatever you rolled, it would be a degree of success higher than would have been on the die.
Fair enough.
Nice.
Like that's a 25.
That's huge.
Congratulations.
Oh shit! Hold on. I was looking at your society check. Oh damn. Okay.
Yeah.
So she just you mentioned Laverna, and it's why
Yeah.
why you didn't want her to touch you, and she just grins, the most playful evil grin you've seen on her, and looks at you with the like chin down.
Do not think of me as some scamp. It was for everyone's comfort.
I don't think of you as a scamp. I just think you need a better excuse than tradition.
It worked.
It did work. It sure did work. Well, consider me your ally in making sure you got privacy anytime you need it. Let's hope you don't get beat up like that again. But
Yeah, you're just like sigh.
That didn't look too good. I'm sure.
I really should have expected there to be some creature under there. Just instinct when you're used to treating people is, oh, do not worry about whatever dangers are close. Jump into the death hole.
Well, that's why warriors exist, to make sure that people taking care of people are okay.
He'll
She
just nod.
She just smiles. She's like, I will say the thing out of your hand.
Oh,
with
this
the-
thing.
Yeah,
That's just a
that
spell, not a me.
that's a what now?
A spell.
Oh. It's pretty cool, but I honestly it was a surprise. I'd never seen that one before.
It's a little more rare. It's from my well, you could call it a major in magic.
Hmm.
You are speaking to I suppose that was considered graduation. A graduate of the School of Protean.
Protean.
Protean. Similar to... Sorry, give Crow a second to search up the definition of...
You're good. You're good. Ina definitely heard protein, and she's like, "Hold on, I know this isn't another meat reference."
Protean.
What's in her head?
Something that is mutable, ever-changing.
Ah, okay. Well, that's
My
pretty
thesis
cool.
was just about...
So that
Well,
makes
that
sense.
explains a lot.
Yes.
She's cool as hell.
Isn't she? So smart. You know,
She's good.
she's able to... She knows, well, not all of her ABCs, but she knows A, B, and C. That is much more than any other bird.
Yeah. I should think so. Oh, her little monkey hands can write, can't they?
They can.
Oh. Fair enough. We should probably both try to get some rest. I think.
Most likely.
Thank you again, Adros. I appreciate it.
Thank you as well. It's nice to not have to suppose I'm just used to people knowing what I am. It's not really a secret you can hide in Econos when you are carried back on a stretcher.
I can imagine not. Oh Lord, if you would have gone down, everybody would have found out that way. That probably wouldn't have been great.
Oh.
Let's make sure you don't go down.
The old pat the shoulder.
All right. Well,
Yes. Sleep. Useful.
indeed. Jezebel's got the right of it.
She does.
Good night, Adros.
You as well, Anne.
It's real good to hear that. And she'll just do the usual tip of the hat and hops off of the cart.
Yeah, Adris will give a little nod and then hop back into the cart.
Hell yeah.
That was lovely.
Very fun.
Very,
Yeah.
very fun. I like that.
Hell yeah.
Learned a lot. You guys got to have some moments. It was very nice. I like it. I like
It
it.
was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great fun.
She for sure cried. Like, ooh, that girl hadn't had a good cry in a long time.
Oh. She has more than fair reason to.
Some of it her fault, but that's okay.
I mean, a lot of it isn't.
I look forward to getting into that at some point. But I know we went a little longer on that maybe than planned. Scrub, are you okay to keep going?
Yeah.
Is everybody honestly okay? Just making sure?
I actually need to go,
Okay.
That's okay.
but I have had a hell of a time tonight. Yay!
All right, Oracle. Well, you're free to hop out of here. I just have to do another little section with Mel's character. So
Absolutely. All right, guys. Looking forward to seeing you the next time we have a session.
yeah.
Yay!
I think.
November 8th.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Looking
I
forward
will
to
see you
it.
before then.
Yes, you will. Good
Good
night.
night. See you, pal.
Safe. Good night. Sleep well.
You too, guys.
Whatever you
Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right.
All right. Time to try to sneak into Isaac's tent.
Yeah.
She does not know where he has gone to rest for the night, so the first thing she needs to do is figure that out.
Yeah, you kind of do some asking around. It's not hard to do, and you are told that someone has set up like Isaac's tent somewhere so he can sleep for the night.
Mhm.
People are they've been on hand to help him kind of like move shit around and set up something for him to rest, especially
Perfect.
after the news of what happened that day.
Oh, did that spread through the camp?
Yeah, it's spread through the camp. It's everywhere now.
God, that's gotta suck. Okay. It's like living in a small town. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everywhere. But if
Yeah.
it makes you feel any better, people are mostly like if people you ask around, they're like, "Oh, well, you're the one that took out all those bandits, huh? Good job. Well, thank you for taking care of business for us, and looking out for us and all that stuff." Like, people are very thankful.
These people are too nice. She does not know what to do with all of the things, and she is polite but uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm sure there's like several places you pass by and they offer you to like if you want to like stay and eat with them or things like that.
That's so sweet.
But yeah, you have been told that Isaac is staying in his tent tonight. And it's probably been like a few hours since you've been with like Adros talking and for however long, and it's like just the middle of the night. Like, it is like maybe like 3 or 4 in the morning, like very, very late.
People have mostly passed out by now.
Yeah, only people that are really up are like people who are like sentries watching up and down, and people who might need less sleep, like some of the races of folks that might need less sleep, might be like up, kind of like just tending to things, doing quiet tasks like sewing or things like that throughout the camp. But you do make your way to his tent.
Okay.
And
she's gonna try to see if he's awake.
you peek you kind of like peek an eye through like one of the just through like either like some space between the fabric to see inside, and you see there is a cot set up, but he is not in it. You do see that there is like a table like in some like furniture set up. You see Isaac is sort of like sat in a chair with one of his legs like kicked over the other, and his head is like down, like his chin is touching his chest, like his head is like resting down.
Okay.
And he still
So
has
he
his
looks-
mask on, so you can't tell what exactly he's doing, but it looks like he's like nodded off in the chair.
Okay. Can she see from this where the gun is?
You think you can see it on the table.
How close is the table to him?
It's in a tent, so it's not very far.
Okay. She is going to attempt to, without disturbing him, take the gun out of the tent. I don't know if this is stealth or thievery, but I'm trained in both.
You don't even have to roll a stealth check, because as soon as you take a set of foot in, take one step in, you see his head raise immediately.
Shit. That's exactly what comes out of her mouth.
Good morning, Ina.
Good morning.
And he reaches over to the table because it's within arm's reach of him. He's got also long arms. He reaches over the table. And he doesn't even he doesn't say much outside of like good morning, and before he like reaches over, and you can see he sort of lifts up the pistol from the table with like a handkerchief that he has it laid out on. And you can see from where you're standing that it is shining, like it is cleaner than when you gave it to him. And
She definitely furrows her eyebrows at that.
yeah, he takes it into his hand. And he takes the handkerchief and he kind of like starts to polish a little bit more on like the grip. And he says, he kind of takes a look at the pistol and goes, "It is a beautiful piece. The silver reminds me of a group that came and visited my temple. It was whenever I was still in Sothis. I was still a young man. Young, naive, restless. This group came from a city much further south called Wati. They called themselves the Voices of the Spire. They donned these striking silver cuirasses, garb that was black as night. They looked much like the shimmering moon above the necropolis. I was awestruck by them, by their tales of vanquishing undead, rescuing Kolo tribes and roaming merchants out in the deserts from ghouls, vampires. When next they set out, I was amongst them, believing that it was my destiny to destroy the abominable undead. I was still but a boy, and I had no idea what horrors there were in this world. The moment I set foot outside of those temple gates, everything changed. And the things that happened I find myself and he just sighs and holds up the pistol again, not towards you, but just holds it up. Says, I find myself lacking the strength I once had, but I find myself to be even more powerless when I have a weapon in my hand. I failed to use one whenever I needed to, and it's haunted me the rest of my life. The importance of this weapon is not lost on me. And I want you to understand, since you were quite upset with me when last we spoke, I will not simply throw my life away. But I understand life and death. If there comes a day where I must die and stand before my Lady of Graves, then I can accept that. But while I still draw breath, I will not simply let myself die. And I want to assure you that I do not need this to live. And then he holds the pistol back out towards you.
The whole time she's been listening very closely, kind of hanging on every word, and kind of a severe concerned expression on her face. This time when he reaches the pistol out to her, she does take it, but she sits down on the ground with it and lays out one of her bandanas and starts to take it apart, pulls out her gun cleaning kit. I'm sorry for getting angry. It wasn't fair.
It's your right.
Maybe, but it wasn't right. And I didn't think about this, but I hope I didn't make you feel weak. That wasn't my intention. If I did, I apologize. Because I don't think you're weak. And she just kind of looks down as she's cleaning, taking out breaking it down to its smallest components. And she's done it a million times. It's very practiced. And she just says, "So you're from Sothis?"
He nods his head. Yes.
That's so far.
He nods his head again, but with a much very almost like a very homesick reply. Yes.
When was the last time you were back?
He sort of quietly sits there for a moment. When I first left, I never returned.
Long nod. Like that very understanding. I'm sorry.
For what?
That you haven't been able to be back. For any number of reasons, I'm sure, but flawed as homes may be, they're still home.
He kind of lifts his head a little bit and says, I feel that in this respect, you may understand me the most. Sometimes, you just cannot return home.
Another knowing, slow nod. Yeah. Except in my case, it's very much my fault, and I get the sense for in yours it probably isn't.
I have no one to blame but myself. There was no one who forced me out the temple doors. There was no one who filled me with the restlessness, grew tired of the city. It was myself. I do not blame myself for what I have done, for making these choices. I can only blame myself for my failures, to make choices I should have made. And in a
She just
certain way,
tilts her head.
he just kind of goes, in a certain way, I'm trying to rectify that.
Nods again. Is that why you started working with? She kind of tries to remember the name. Olemian?
At first, no. At first, I did not have a choice.
Hmm.
Or rather, at first I had lost my life that I once had, and it was given back to me.
As in, you died?
No.
Hmm.
Perhaps I should have, but I did not.
I once, a couple days ago, feels like longer, told you that I thought for sure you were a priest because you sounded like one. And you told me it is because you do not understand the depths of my failures. And I've been wanting to say something to that for a little while. You can say no, of course, but I've been wanting to say, try me.
He kind of shifts almost uncomfortably a bit. He kind of readjusts his way he's sitting. He kind of like swaps the one leg he has crossed over the other with the other one. And he says, "It is true. By technicality, I still am a priest of Pharasma. But I certainly don't feel like one. My failures were not just to myself, to others. My failures were to her as well.
The Lady of Graves.
Yes, the very same.
She just nods, listening.
She is very brave to me. Despite the many differences and anathemas that the differing gods and their domains represent, she still manages to find neutrality, to make herself an arbiter, a mediator, to judge each and every soul equally and send them where they belong.
Sounds lonely.
Perhaps. But it is not my place to feel pity for her.
Mm.
If she desired it, then she would have it. But I don't think that's what she wants.
Mm.
The one exception to this rule is Arclord.
Mm. Would Anne know who that is?
Give me a religion check.
Okay. I'm untrained.
You're untrained, so you're probably not going to do very good.
Yeah, not great. It's okay. I think Anne would just then ask, Argathoa, who's that?
She, despite the neutrality and the importance of my lady in Grey's job, her position in the world, monitoring the flow of souls, making sure that the cycle of life continues. She decided that it was not enough for her. This woman,
Argathoa did.
yes, it was a mortal woman, from what I understand, who, in her infinite and indescribable greed, decided that she had not had enough of life. And so when she had died, she had killed the psychopomp assigned to her and escaped the boneyard, escaped the river of souls. And in this betrayal of the cycle, this rebellion against Pharasma, she deified herself. And the very first undead was born.
I don't understand. What's wrong with wanting to live?
There's nothing wrong with wanting to live. It's refusing to let go, stubbornly hanging on to something that is no longer yours.
Hmm.
And in so doing this, many undead have followed her, and they still cling to life. This brings stagnation to the cycle. These souls that must move on, but refuse to. Pharasma calls upon those who follow her, those who deify her, to strike them down where they can, that they may begin the cycle again.
Hmm. I don't know much about undead, aside from what I know from being in Alkenstar. We're a bit closer to Geb there. But I don't know. It seems complicated. I know some people aren't undead by choice. But it's all over my head anyway.
Yes. It's very complicated. And it would take far more than a single gun cleaning session for me to explain it.
Well, about that. I may happen to know you might have a book on the matter that I could read. She kind of like makes the sorry face. She says, I think it's called something of the Windsong Testaments, something like that.
He just kind of like shifts his head a little bit and says, I'm surprised. I did not expect you to take an interest in my literature.
I've been trying to understand you since we met. So, your literature is one path that I was exploring. And I'm sorry that I know about it because I understand. You're a smart man. You know what that means.
Yes. He just kind of like nods his head. Though I'm flattered that you would put it that way.
I still don't know how you failed her, but she clearly still gives you power. I don't know how all this works, but that's got to mean something, right?
I imagine it as much like a mother punishing her child. You do not simply cast them out because they've done you wrong. Instead, you make them understand they've done something wrong until they've gone past it. They've proven themselves. Or that they've simply paid enough for it. I'm given enough for my divine font to know that she still acknowledges me. But she does not give me nearly strength to use it. As a reminder that as a reminder of my failure.
And there's no other explanation possible.
He just kind of turns his head towards the cot and says, well, if I am to die, then I will ask her myself.
Well, on the topic of hopefully not dying anytime soon, I had a thought. You mentioned that your wraps, and she kind of head gestures to his arm. You mentioned that your wraps, you have to change every other day.
Yes.
And you mentioned that you're in constant pain from it.
He nods. Yes.
I can only imagine how personal that must be. And I don't know what you've tried. But if you were willing to try again, I guess the thought just occurred that you've got an alchemist, an herbalist, a doctor, and a cleric kind of at your fingertips.
It is very kind of you to offer, but I can assure you, I have made the trip to Quantium myself, and have sought out masters of alchemy, of medicine, herbalism, and they themselves have told me that there's nothing they can do.
She kind of gets a suspicious look in her eye. Very youthful and untrusting of, did they even try? Or did they just say they couldn't?
He, sort of like shifts where his like a leg is no longer like crossed over, and he like sits up straight and like leans down towards you and says, I have dealt with my fair share of shysters.
She smiles immediately.
I am no stranger to their ways, and I was very convincing of the fact that I needed their help. And after extensive trials, nothing came of it. I was much less patient than I am now.
How long ago did you try?
It's been... He just kind of like sits and thinks, like as if he's like marveling at how long it's been.
Mm-hmm.
I believe the first, it was 10 years ago. And then I tried again about 6 years later. For 4 years.
I see. Well, I'm no master, but if you're interested, the offer's always on the table for me. And I can't speak for the others, but I bet if they knew, it'd be immediately on the table for them too. They're good people. So, something for you to think about. She gets a little bit shy and kind of goes back to the focusing harder than she needs to on the piece that she's cleaning.
He sort of like relaxes a bit and leans back in his chair. If it will make you feel more comfortable, then fine.
She just slowly looks up and very sheepish smile on her face. I'd be thankful.
He just slowly nods.
We can talk about details another day. And I'm sorry I woke you. I certainly wasn't trying to.
He shakes his head and says, No, it is quite all right. I was, to be frank, expecting you. I apologize that I could not clean it as well as you can.
No, it's... You don't need to apologize. It's more than anything, I don't think without this particular set of tools, nobody can clean it to the degree I can. It ain't even the skill, it's just... You need the tools. I just wanted to make sure it didn't give you any trouble if you did decide to use it. And I wanted to make sure you had more than one bullet. But if you'd prefer, I can keep it on me. But I made a lot of rash assumptions about why you were trying to give it back to me. And all that matters to me, all I was trying to do, was make sure you had a way to defend yourself. Just until we get to Quantium, even. As much as I consider you.
He just holds his hand out.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And it's okay. I've already forgiven you. And it's not like you had much of a choice but to assume everything about me up till now. I am but a sore old man with more regrets than he probably should. And I thank you for your consideration.
She gives a single nod. I ain't got much left I consider precious. She kind of leaves it there. Can I ask you a much more stupid question?
He just kind of puts his hands on his lap, like kind of laces his fingers. And you're not sure why, but you detect like a bit of like sarcasm in his next statement. Is it any stupider than your last few?
Yes, decidedly so.
Then I will allow it. He just nods his head.
She smiles. How the hell can you see me?
He kind of tilts his head. Just goes, what makes you think I can?
A great many things, but to be fair, you could be using your other senses. It's impressive. Nothing else.
Well, I thank you for the compliment. But yes, it should come as no shock that I am indeed blind. But I can still see, in a sense.
You're hearing mainly, or?
No.
Hmm.
It's hard to explain.
Sure.
I do not exactly know what you look like, but I know of you. I can sense things about you.
It's pretty neat. One more stupid question.
Yeah, he just nods.
How can a Lemian be both a river and a man?
Why do rivers and mountains become named after men and women?
Discovery, usually. Pride right behind that. I don't get the sense, though, based on the way you talk about him, that it's either of those things necessarily.
Then why do men and women become born and named after rivers and mountains?
Homes, usually. Or sentiments.
He nods his head.
He owns a great deal of power and responsibility. I know you already called that out, but it's become much more obvious over the last few days as this journey has begun.
Mortal life cannot live without the presence of water. And I suppose, in a way, Elimian has become this source of water for the many men. The source of life. The strength to continue down the current. But these are merely speculation.
It's a lot of weight for one man's shoulders.
Well, you should see his shoulders. Stands up.
She does laugh. She does laugh.
Yeah, he stands up and says, "It is quite late."
Ah, indeed. Would you like to keep the pistol or no?
If it makes you feel safer, then I may. But if you want my preference, I prefer not to.
She gives a single long nod and puts the holster back on herself. Your preference is what matters most.
Thank you. And he sort of like turns to the side from you and says, "I promise to not betray this trust."
I never thought you would. Not for a second. I don't trust easy. But with you, I don't know, something's different. I'll leave you to your evening. And I might bug you about that book another day.
Good night, Ina.
And good night, Isaac. She steps out of the tent.
All right.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
You're welcome.
There's so many questions. That was so helpful. Thank you. Just for my brain. Oh my goodness.
Bro, what'd you think?
Do be it.
It was fucking rad. I loved it. I have to remember to compliment Oracle. Holy fuck, Daphne is such a fun character to listen to.
Right?
Yeah, of like
Dude.
a mix of kind of mean, but also very obviously smart, which is very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I mean, the same is true for Adros, by the
Yeah.
way.
Thank you, thank you. Also, I know what fucking Isaac has. That bitch has uncanny awareness.
Nerd.
I know that. That's something I'm planning to get.
Level up.
Yeah. To give context, Mel, and also to the audience, I don't know if it's been shut off yet.
No, not yet.
That gives you motion sense out to 30 feet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That explains why the minute she stepped into the tent, he was like, huh?
Yeah. Just a 30-foot radius around him.
Good Lord. I mean, that makes sense, because it's like the shifting of the air around.
Yeah, that is
person.
actually what it is.
Yeah.
I think it's like you get specific sensory organs, is how you have a keen sense of movement around. Okay, no, I was thinking of finned ridges, which is the one that gives the more like kind of gross description of how it happens. Because anyone playing a flesh warp is cool for the gross shit.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't get to on my list was Yasmin from Onipian, but there was no natural moment to bring that up.
Accursed Onipian, wretched Onipian, terrible Onipian.
Oh gosh.
Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed yourselves.
It
was delightful.
So good.
Thank you. Seriously.
Thank you so much.
Especially for
Scrub.
making the time.
Yeah.
We will be wrapping this up. Thank you guys for joining me, and thanks for Oracle for joining us earlier. She had a run.
Yep.
And thank you everyone for listening or watching or whatever the hell you're doing. You're doing laundry while you're listening to this.
Hell yeah.
Doing laundry while two fucking sad militants cry.
God, that killed me. Crow, that killed me. It was so good.
And thank you. Thank you. I'll be here all. So.
How do you kill Anne? With kindness, quite literally.
I
Just
think,
like, yeah, why are you being mean to yourself? Everything you've done has been quite good.
yeah, I really like my favorite thing about Adros, I think, is just how matter of fact he is, because he would have been brought up very matter of fact in Equinus. It's like almost every question that Anne would ask, he would have like a very
Simple,
duh.
Simple, but like, well, yeah, this is the obvious answer.
this is Occam's razor, the simplest answer. Here you go. That's what it is. That's what it's for. I don't think it's not like anything higher than that necessarily, but it's great. Like, especially like my favorite part was like it's just a simple like throwaway question when it felt like where like Anne was just like, Adros, why, like, because you're talking about like the flowers in the mask, like, why lavender? And he all he said was, smell good.
I like the smell.
And they have antiseptic properties. Like, okay.
Yeah, they smell good and they're apparently antiseptic. So there you go. It's like, oh well, yeah, I guess obviously, duh.
It's so good.
Adros is complex because he's a lot of simple things put together.
Yep.
It's the best way to describe him.
Mm-hmm.
I will also say that matter of factness is also taken a bit from Changeling, since they're described to be a bit either A, they're really good at talking to people, or B, very bad at it.
Which do you feel he is?
Adros is in the camp B of he is, as he said, not a person's person. He is not. That's why, terrible Christmas score. That's why I love the fucking fact I rolled like a 2 on that diplomacy check.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out. And
thank you again, Scrub, for making the time.
Yeah.
Thank you to Mel for being a fucking goddamn saint.
Yeah, for playing all this.
It is a gift to me. It is not by any means. I'm just thankful.
A gift to you is a gift to us.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
Fair enough.
The next session for Return of the Arclord is November 8th. November 8th. Yeah, so keep a lookout for that. Hopefully I'll have this uploaded soon. I'm like way behind on my uploads on the channel, so it'll be a little bit.
You've been very busy.
I have.
Yeah.
So busy.
You've been very busy.
You've been doing a lot, dude.
Including Talktober, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm behind on that. I don't even want to talk about that right now.
I know. No, I'm just saying, you're kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah, I don't want to
okay.
talk about it. But yeah, that is going to do it. Thank you guys. I'm hitting the stop button now. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.